I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Raymond Ahn. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
Good, awesome. Angel, thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, it's a great pleasure to have you. Tell us, what parts of the world are you in right now?
I'm from Southern California in LA.
Okay, all right. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
Well, I'm an Instagram growth hacker. I run several pages. They run over a couple million followers, and my network is bigger than that. But basically, I got started with Instagram growth hacking by getting into the game myself a couple years ago. Networked with a lot of the big names in this in this field of social media, particularly Instagram. And I've been interviewing, social media influencers on my own podcast, the Social Ray podcast. So just have been trying to, teach people how do people get so many followers and their journey and, what's their story behind it instead of just seeing someone with a lot of numbers, like what is their story behind, how they got to where they are. So,
Yeah. Great
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, got to listen to the podcast. Well done. Yeah, well done. You definitely get into the conversation and get the questions out, get the answers that I think your listeners require.
Yeah, exactly. To each person, just it's catered differently, but yeah.
Yeah. So who did you learn that skill from?
I'm naturally a very curious guy, and I love to talk. So I just naturally like to get things out of people that comes from their heart. I don't want to just hear about the superficial stuff about, oh, I have this many followers and all that. I want to hear about, like, what were your struggles, what were some of the ways that you broke through and that allowed you to be the person you are today, that allows you to follow your dreams, pursue your dreams and your passions, and actually stick through and follow through with it instead of giving up on yourself and your dreams. So I just kind of, go into their past of what they were doing before social media, before they became successful and how they got to where they are. So I just kind of go through, like, chronologically from where they started. And then also based on each person I interview, if there's something special or unique about them, I'd ask them about that.
Why will you continue to repeat the skill of interviewing the way you do, Ray?
Because I believe there's a lot of stories that get to be shared, and I believe stories change the way people think. I think stories inspire people, empower people, and the more stories that we share, I believe every one of us has a story we're sharing, and that it can encourage someone. And so, my purpose, I guess, and my passion is to keep sharing these stories because I know it's going to impact someone's life. It can change their whole life direction or their mindset, and they could see it can open them up to a world of possibilities, and they could learn to believe in themselves again. They can learn to be encouraged by other people's stories, and it's just really to empower people, inspire people.
That's wonderful. It's wonderful. Well, tell me one other thing that you've done, Raymond, consistently over the last 3 years.
Well, besides posting on Instagram every day, I'm a very big believer in networking. So I've always been reaching out, networking through social media, always opening up myself to new experiences, new people, meeting new people, and just putting myself out there. I would say I'm very open-minded, and I just put myself out there. I'm not afraid of what people think. Well, I am, but I don't let that stop me from putting myself out there because there's so much more to be gained by putting myself out there. And so that I think that's something that I've been consistent in.
How does that make you feel?
Um, I think it's very different, especially as an Asian American. Not a lot of Asian people step up, and I think it can be inspiring to other people, other Asians, and let them know that you can make a difference. You don't have to be in that cultural that what society tells. Oh, Asians are shy; they don't like step up. But, like, I could be a voice for them, or I could be an example, hopefully. But I don't know. I just don't think about it. I just do it because I know it's something I need to do, and it's part of what I believe is gonna fulfill me and make this world a better place. So. Yeah.
Amazing. Suggest to someone that's listening why they should step away from what could be the norm and do their own unique real self, Ray.
Yeah, well, to that I would say, at the end of your life, do you want to look back at your life and say, why did I live my life this whole way, following someone else's dream, building someone else's passion and not my own? Or do you want to look back at your life and say, I've lived my life truly with no regrets. I've went 100% in on what I believe is, true to my true self, and in doing so, inspiring millions of people, like a lot of people. So I would say the I guess the cost of you conforming and not being true to yourself and pursuing what you feel like is truly dear to you, and can make an impact even if you don't know what the future will be like. I think the cost of you not pursuing that is a lot greater than you just trying and pursuing your passion, your dream, and seeing what happens and not giving up on yourself. That's what I would say.
Love
Yeah.
it. Love it. Raymond is dropping the mic now. Well, Raymond, again, amazing audience. We are live with Raymond Ahn, and again, he is the podcast host of Social Array, right? You could definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing stuff there. Rayan, let's switch gears for a moment now, and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Raymond, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory is when I was on the beach, and I used to always have this blanket I used to carry with me, and this stuffed animal lion. And I would take those two things with me everywhere. And I remember, I used to take it even when it got so dirty to the point like it wasn't even worth taking anywhere. I would still keep it. And I think that would be my earliest childhood memory.
How old do you think you were?
I would say around 8, 7 or 8.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
Well, both the blanket and line was so fluffy, like so soft. And so I think I just love that sensation, but also it was just very comforting to, I guess it felt safe. It felt safe that, well, blanket I could put around me, it protects me, it covers me. And the lion, well, looking back, lion's a symbol of power and a symbol of like dignity and strength, but also patience, like not in an aggressive, vicious way, but in a very patient, regal way. And so I think, I guess, I don't know if I thought as a child it would protect me, but I think just the overall idea of safety and protection was, maybe that's why I remember it.
Well, my friend, you've done the work here. Do you want to switch sides so that I could come on that side and you do the program?
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. We could work out. Yeah.
No, I love how you connected those dots. I think that's pretty intriguing. I think as well, if I had to add, I love the idea that you are, like in the earliest childhood memory, like you're walking with this, which is the emotion that surrounds the decisions are one, but the fact of the matter of the environment changing constantly with action, it's just intriguing just to add that to what you expressed already.
Definitely.
If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
12 years. I didn't really listen to a lot of music, so I don't know if I had a favorite song at 12.
All right. It's cool. You're not the first. I'm guessing you're not going to be the last to say that.
Okay.
All right, Raymond. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Raymond?
Yes.
Raymond, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
I have not made an Instagram course yet, but if there was a skill that I'd pass on to people, I think it would be to be open and to reach out, to not be afraid of reaching out. And, there's no one directly that I'm like mentoring or teaching, but I think just by me living it out, it's inspiring other people. And, there's people who have sent me messages of like, what you've posted or what you've shared was inspiring, and it inspires me to pursue what I want to do as well. So, just hearing messages like that, it knows that I'm making a difference, and that's what keeps me doing what I'm doing.
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Do you have children?
No children.
No children. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a close group of friends I hang out with.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No, I
How
don't.
about 3 hours a week?
No, unless I go on like a Netflix binge, which I really do. So yeah.
What about screen time? The phone and the computer, is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
8 hours is a lot. So I mean, if you count my phone, it's probably definitely not 8 straight hours, but I use my phone a lot for Instagram, so yeah, I don't know, but probably not 8 hours. That's a lot.
Ray, if you had to share with us a statement to sum up who you are, right? Your own unique real statement, what would you say that is?
I am a strong, confident, disciplined leader, and I'm unapologetically myself. I'm not, Raymond is not afraid to be himself. He's found who he is. I mean, I'm still discovering who I am, but I've realized that compromising myself for someone else or for anybody is not worth it, because I need to put myself first in order for me to, first of all, love myself and impact those around me. So I would say Raymond is one who will not compromise himself for anyone or anything, and hope that will inspire others to do the same.
Love it. Raymond, this was a great pleasure, just like the lion and the bear that he walked with, and the blanket to make others feel warm just like himself. Raymond, this was a great pleasure, my friend. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
You could connect with me on Instagram as ray.ahn, and the Social Ray podcast is on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud, and you could check out some of the interviews I've done there. And one last thing I want to leave with is just, don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to pursue your passions, your dreams, because you never know how far it'll take you, and you don't want to live your life thinking, what if I did this, So that's what I'd say.
Love it. Raymond Ahn, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you for having me on it, Angel. Appreciate it.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.